Hello and welcome to Ready to React. I'm LR Reactor, and wow, it's been a while since I've been on. Fortunately, guys, I do have a day job that sometimes takes me away on business trips and things of that nature, so I'm not always. It's been a while, about 2 months since I've been back on here, and just been had time and to really get to this. And I do apologize, but I'm happy to be back, and I had to come back for this. Sooner than later because, as you know, this was Justice League, the week that just passed, just released this weekend, and I saw it as all you did as well, and we got to talk about the DCEU. It's on life support, and we're going to talk about the 5 things that the DCU has failed in. Basically, the 5 things that have destroyed it, caused it to fail, and why it will continue to fail, unfortunately. So we're going to go over a couple of those things, and I just want to do a video about this because I know a lot of you guys watch a lot of YouTube shows out there. The John Campea show, which I enjoy, Collider's Heroes with John Schnepp, Emergency Awesome. I like watching a lot of different shows, and I always tell people, form your own opinion, but it's good to hear other people's opinion as well, their point of views, and I like to listen in on those. But we're going to talk about some things, and I felt this since Man of Steel. And I was hoping I was wrong, but I turned out to be right about this. And it's unfortunate because DC, I'm a Marvel guy, but I'm more of a DC guy. In general, I'm a comic book guy. I like both. I enjoy both characters. But I will admit to you, DC to me has the better characters, the more historic characters. And they have been done a disservice by Warner Brothers. From the department heads up all the way down to some of the directors. It's been a shame what has taken place here. Now, first thing first, when I saw Justice League, I've seen it twice. I'm going to see it again tomorrow. I liked it. It was okay. It was entertaining, but it was not on par of what Justice League, a Justice League movie should be. That is the crown jewel. That is should be everything in a movie. That's your Avengers. And it didn't live up to it. It didn't live up to it. And again, we have some of the same issues that plagued us with Suicide Squad, with Batman v Superman, some of the same issues that plagued us with Man of Steel and other movies. And even Wonder Woman. Even though I love Wonder Woman, I'll tell you what the problem with that was. Basically, the Justice League still didn't learn its lesson. And I understand a lot of this was before they course corrected somewhat with Zack Snyder, and they tried to adjust it a little bit when he left, and Josh Whedon, but it just wasn't good enough. And they've been better off by pushing the movie back, getting it right, than bringing it forward. And I understand scheduling conflicts and promotional things, but it would have been better to push it back and get it the way they wanted it. And they did the best they could. Again, I liked the movie, thought it was entertaining, but not up to. I think a lot of DC fans, like myself, we like the movie, but we feel so disappointed because we know what Justice League could be. We know what these characters have to offer and all the great things they could show. And it's sometimes you look at these movies, you say, I'm not a movie director. I'm not a comic book writer, but I could tell a better story than this. That's the problem. I look at them like, I could tell a better story. I could tell you're going to put this person here. You should have done that. The crowd would have went crazy. And it's not done. Heck, I mean, there's just things they could do, the simple things they could do by stuff they've done on animation already. But let's go into a couple things that about the 5 things I put down that DCEU has failed, or DC Films, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you're going to call it now because the name is pretty much doesn't have a good name out there. It's ruined in a lot of aspects. So number 1, a rush to catch up to Marvel. So in the beginning, I guess, of this whole comic book genre, it's been going on for the last 20 years. But when it really kicked off, I would say around the Dark Knight time, when the X-Men came out, when Blade, that's the beginning of it. They started off with, they saw Marvel start off with Iron Man. Okay, now before Iron Man, a lot of people, we had Green Lantern. Now, Green Lantern was an okay movie. Again, people had mixed feelings on it. What was the mistakes on Green Lantern? Not a practical suit. Dumb villain. Dumb storyline. They didn't have to do all that. But again, that's why Green Lantern failed. And on top of it, that one thing that nobody ever talks about, because Green Lantern was supposed to be their official launch of the DCEU. Ryan Reynolds, he's a great actor, but he's a comedy actor. Okay, he's a comedy actor, and he fit great with Deadpool. That's where the humor worked. Green Lantern, if you read the comic books and if you watch some of the early cartoons, he is always a serious guy. He's not a joking guy. He's a test pilot, for goodness sake. These guys are serious. He's not the one to be telling jokes and things like that. And I thought they got the character all wrong and the wrong actor to play the character. So that was one thing right there. But moving along, so you had that. That didn't do well, so they said, okay, that's not the official start. Man of Steel is going to be the official start. Now, Man of Steel came out, and at that time, Marvel had launched their cinematic universe and was doing very well. Iron Man was a big success, and Marvel took a chance, and it became a big success. Then from there, they went to Captain America. Then they went to Thor. I don't know that order. Okay. They told the individual stories of these heroes. Now, they didn't tell them for me and you. Me and you read these books, we watch cartoons, we're familiar with the characters. They told it for all those other people that sit around you in the movie theaters who are not sweaties, who are not comic book guys, regular movie-going people who just want to see an entertaining movie and may like the superhero storyline, may like the actors playing in it. That's why you do the individual movies. So those people can be brought up to speed who this character is, what they do, their storyline, and have some feeling and emotion about them. Okay, Marvel did that well. So when they brought the Avengers together, hey, I saw the Thor movie. I know what Thor's arc is about and how it connects. Captain America, I know his history and how he got recruited in. The Hulk individual movie. They did a Hulk movie that was part of the DCEU with Ed Norton. It was part of the DCEU. It had Robert Downey Jr. in there, Iron Man in there, and the correct post-credit scenes. Connecting it all together. And then you had Iron Man. So everybody knew these characters. We got to like them in their own individual story. Then we weaved in little storylines in there that connect them all under one vice to bring them all together in phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Into the Avengers, of course, where they all formed together. And by that time, the general public knew who these other characters were. They can go back and watch those movies, or maybe they saw those movies. And then they saw how they came together into a team. It worked. Avengers was one of, I think, the highest grossing superhero movie ever. Still is. Okay. Rewinding back. So DC, wanting to catch up, they do Man of Steel. Now, Man of Steel, to me, was a fantastic movie. I love Man of Steel. I thought it was great. I thought the telling story of Superman in that storyline in modern day was pretty good. I really did. But let me tell you some problem with Man of Steel. Some people didn't like it. And I can understand it. Again, I'm a comic book guy. I can see what they were doing, and I understand history. But other people didn't know much about it. Now, everybody knows who Superman is, but they recognize Superman from the cartoons and from the 80s, when the Superman movie, Superman 2, things of that nature. Their opinion of Superman is bright colors, living for hope, liberty, justice, all that thing. Okay, not the kind of Superman that we got. Now, I don't think it was a problem with the Superman, but again, you take a director like Zack Snyder, who's a good director, but look at the kind of work he does, Warner Brothers. Look at 300. Okay, look at Watchmen. Dark, gloomy, street level movies. Okay, and I have no problem with the tone, but even though Man of Steel I liked a lot, I really liked it, he is not the one to direct a Superman movie. That's not who Superman is. A failure to connect the right director with the right character. Zack Snyder's great. But Zack Snyder, you're going to do our Constantine movie. Zack Snyder, you're going to do our Swamp Thing movie. Zack Snyder, you're going to do our Blade movie. We decided to reboot that. Not Blade, excuse me. Our Spectre movie. You're going to do our Justice League Dark movie. Anything in that nature, that's what we're going to have you do. Dr. Fate even. That's more in a darker realm. Superman is a beacon of hope. Bright colors, truth, justice, all that stuff that Superman stands for. And they didn't capture it. So they lost people with that. They didn't lose me. I like the version of it. But they lost people with that. Okay? The other thing with Man of Steel is, again, DC wanting to be different, we don't do certain things. Post-credit scenes are popular right now, DC. People want to see a post-credit scenes, and the great thing about post-credit scenes, it gives you the best thing it gives you is the ability to tie into another movie without disrupting your current movie doing it. So you can have the Superman story, and then all you do is throw a post-credit scene on there, maybe showing something in Gotham, or showing something in Themyscira, or showing something in space that makes people wonder, wow, what is this? This is interesting. And then you pick it up on your next movie and give a little more, a little another thread of it. And then these threads start to connect when you form together. So Man of Steel was not a bad start. I thought it was pretty good, and it could have worked. And even though Zack Snyder was doing it, it could have worked. It was fine. Okay, mistake number 2 is bringing that director back. No, you don't bring that director back. He made one movie, that's fine. You don't bring him back because you know his tone, and you definitely don't bring him back for that to do Batman v Superman. Now, that's not all Zack Snyder. First of all, this is where I talked about DC rushing. They were so quick to want to catch up with Marvel. We got to catch up right away. They didn't take time to tell their story. So you go from Superman into Batman vs Superman. No. Superman into Wonder Woman, or into Flash, or into Aquaman, or into Batman. Tell the individual stories. Because you go Batman to Superman, okay, everybody knows who Batman is, but we don't know this Batman. And the crowd's going in saying, okay, I've seen Batman before, 89, with Michael Keaton. I've seen the animated series. I've seen Christian Bale Batman. Okay, now I get this Batman. Okay, first of all, why is he angry? Why is he so angry? What happened to Robin? Why did the Joker kill him? What happened with the guy with bullets? Why is Batman? How many years has it been? Well, he's older, Batman. He's killing people. I mean, he's more vicious than ever. All those things are fine, but you need to tell that in a Batman story, not cramming into Batman v Superman and hope us to love this character, not me, but the regular public to understand anything about this. You do a Batman movie next if you want to go that direction. Batman, you show him what happened when Robin was alive, or how Robin died. Tell a story. Have him fight back so we can understand where his anger flows from and why he's so upset and why he's taking no crap and doesn't believe in Superman and don't trust anybody. Tell the story for the general public and for your people like me, because we're like, wow, this is a different Batman. I like him, but man, what's the problem? Tell the story. Take your time. And you go Batman v Superman. And it's very little about Batman v Superman. Then you cram in Wonder Woman, which I didn't have a problem with, a little cameo. I actually like cameos. But then you throw in Doomsday, then the Death of Superman. You got too many stories telling here. You tell none of them well, but you tell them all. So we're left feeling unsatisfied because we didn't get the Doomsday we wanted. Don't get me started on that. You can't even make the character look like the character, which they could have. And then you get, Batman v Superman, we really didn't get that whole story. Wonder Woman, no problem. And again, I have no problem with the Wonder Woman piece. The only problem with the Wonder Woman piece is don't show any more of her. Show her as Diana Prince. Don't show us Doomsday. And they made a mistake by showing us both of those pieces. Let me tell you something. You can tell that story. But if I didn't know Doomsday was in the movie, I would have been a little more surprised and like, oh, wow, they did Doomsday. That was kind of a shock. No, you spoiled it by showing it to me. Let me think about Batman v Superman. Not to mention the tone again with this director, dark. Not that that's a problem, but that's not the character. You want to do a Batman film dark? Fine, Batman's dark. But Batman v Superman, you can't have it that dark, that gloomy. Everything's raining, dark, and everything else. You don't even feel good coming out of the movie sometimes. It's like, wasn't really uplifting, so to speak. And every movie doesn't have to be uplifting, but certain characters do need to be. Certain parts of the scene do need to be uplifting. So you bring Wonder Woman in, and so that's fine. And why did they do that? Why did they show Flash, clips of him, clips of Aquaman, Cyborg? Because we got to form the league quickly. We got to catch up with Marvel. No, you don't have to catch up with Marvel. You need to tell your stories. Tell your stories. So even though you made Batman v Superman, which I think was a mistake to make that movie next, fine. From Batman v Superman, don't do a Justice League. Okay, you showed us Wonder Woman. Let's go into the Wonder Woman movie and find out her backstory. We see clips of Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash. Let's do movies about them next because we got a little Snapple. And then weave in storylines into it. Weave in, show them about Mother Box and Aquaman, what it means or whatever. You want to do that Dark Side story. Now, it wasn't a Dark Side story. We want to do that Apocalypse story with the Mother Boxes and Steppenwolf. But weave it in. Show them Mother Box doing a Wonder Woman movie and wonder what that is. And then you tie it in with post-credit scenes, tying the movies, the other boxes together in each movie. So we start to get this together, why they're coming together, what links these heroes together, what threat is coming together for them. You could talk a little bit about the history in the One Woman of Darkseid. You could have told that little snippet in Justice League. You could have told that story in Wonder Woman. You could have had her mother explain to her what happened to the gods, and there was an attack by Steppenwolf back in. Show that snippet during the Wonder Woman scene or a post-credit scene of Wonder Woman. So we're like, okay, now we have some clarity of what's going into once we get these characters done, Justice League. But no, DC, we can't do it the Marvel way. It's not the Marvel way. It's just a smart way. Marvel just did it first. You don't, no shame in doing it the same way. Because then when you bring that team together in Justice League, then we see all these personalities come together, why they're coming together, why they're teaming up, why they need each other. Justice League should never have been it should be the highest grossing movie of DC, not the lowest. But that's a long abbreviation of the number one. Okay, number two reason. Character development. Okay. And we spoke a little bit about that. Develop your characters. Again, me and you, we know these characters. The public does not. You have to create a following for why they care. We cared about Tony Stark when he got into Avengers because we seen two of his movies. We knew what Tony Stark about, his faults, his pluses, how we used to wonder, wow, how is Tony Stark going to interact with Doctor Strange and Avengers? Because we've seen both of their personalities in their movies, so we're excited to see both of them on the screen together, interacting. You could have had that with Justice League too, but they didn't do that. Okay, another thing. The storylines. The storylines of the DC movies. DC can't make their mind up. They don't know how long a movie should be. I don't see Marvel doing extended cuts on their DVDs. They do deleted scenes, but no extended cuts because, hey, we had this movie for you, but we cut it down 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So here's an extended cut on DVD. And then you're pissed off like, why did you show this movie? Like Batman v Superman. Show the full scenes. It made sense. It made more sense. It was a better movie. But we have that constantly. Suicide Squad. We had that in a little bit in Wonder Woman. Not so much. They had deleted scenes more or less. And we had that in Justice League. 45 minutes of this movie is cut out. 45 minutes. So by cutting it down to 2 hours, as the president of Warner Brothers dictated, 2 hours, you made a bad movie. Okay? And I want to be careful, not bad. I enjoyed it, but you couldn't tell the story well enough in 2 hours. So if the movie needed 2:30, then you do 2:30. If the movie needed 2:15, you do 2:15. But that's where studio interference gets in. And Jeff Johns, I don't know really if to blame him or not, because I know Justice League was a development when he finally came on. But Jeff, you're telling these stories. Isn't he overseeing this stuff? Overseeing these stories? I mean, Wonder Woman, let's talk about Wonder Woman, who was very successful. Still have problems with it. The story of Wonder Woman still was kind of, we didn't spend much time up there with Mascara, that's fine. But Wonder Woman, to me, was the best of all of them. My number one DCEU movie. But, again, it misses out. Okay? I find that the characters, some of the Easter eggs, and that's one thing we're going to talk about as well, is with the storyline, Marvel always takes advantage of opportunities. Opportunity to mention this character, or to show this character, or show a shadow or something. They always do that. So what happens in Avengers? Okay, we do the Avengers, and then what do you see? At the end post-credit scene, a little snapshot of Thanos. Wow, people went crazy. Just a little snapshot of him. We go to Justice League. Do we get Darkseid? No. we get Legion of Doom or Injustice League, which is fine, but makes no sense right now. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. You can do Injustice League, okay? And that post-credit scene, I don't have a problem with it. Now, here, I do have a problem with a couple of things. First of all, you do a post-credit scene and Luther broke out of jail, that's fine. And he wants to form an Injustice League, that's fine. Deathstroke, I'm sorry. I mean, he's a Teen Titan villain. Yes, I mean, he's fought Hawkman and other Justice League guys before, but he's not really core to the comic books Injustice or Legion of Doom. I mean, you're going to show somebody, show Joker get in the boat with them, or some other character, not Deathstroke. I mean, it's like, come on. And how many people in the crowd even knew who he was? I know who he was. You did. But a lot of people are like, who is this? You hear people go, oh my goodness, Deathstroke. A lot of people don't even know who he is because they don't know anything. Why you blow the opportunity? You had it right there, DC. Okay? Steppenwolf gets defeated. That whole fight scene. Show him he's getting boomed to. Show him where he got boomed to. Back to Darkseid Chambers, throne room, and he's there begging, saying, "I won't fail you again." And you show a shadowy figure get up in the background and says, "I know you won't." And then the Omega Beam shoot out and vaporize them, and it ends. That's how you do it. Give me a little something of Darkseid. It's not because I need it. There's an opportunity to show them. Now. You don't have to. Now, people will say, oh, well, they don't plan to do Darkseid in the next movie. They want to do Injustice. You can do Injustice. That's fine. But set up the third movie and the fourth movie. You see, they show Thanos in Avengers. But Avengers 2 was about Ultron. Had nothing to do with Thanos. But they still mentioned Thanos and carried that storyline because you knew Thanos is coming. You kept that in your back pocket and people were excited saying, oh, we know Thanos is coming. Which movie? And they're going to show them some other parts in Thor and in Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe they're going to show them. Who knows? But you put it out there. Where now, you didn't put Darkseid out there. So now we're like, people were sitting in the crowd like, what is the purpose of the whole attack? Who was Steppenwolf working for? We mean you know. But the regular crowd are like, well, where'd he go? Where'd he come from? They know nothing about this character. He just booms in and booms out. Why does he want the mother boxes to terraform what? For who? Who's Darkseid? He threw his name out there. There you go. And then if you're going to form Injustice, don't have Deathstroke be one of them. Do the core. Save Deathstroke for your solo movie. Save him for Teen Titans if you do it on the road. But don't show him now. No. Stuff like that. Another thing, too, with the storyline. We have been begging and thinking we're going to see Superman in his black suit. And you're telling me Jeff Johns and whoever else wrote the movie couldn't figure out a way to get that black suit in there? That's bullcrap. I can figure out a way to get that black suit. Could have been in there. But you had opportunity again. Another opportunity missed. Superman being in the black suit. I don't have a problem fighting the Justice League, it's fine, but you had opportunity to weave that suit in there somehow. And you blew it again. And it's just like all the DC movies. Superman, Man of Steel. You had opportunity to show Aquaman, just a shadowy figure, having whales lift Superman out of the water when he saved that oil rig, and to show him whales, following some guy and then them shooting away. You can't do anything more. Just leave it open. People are like, oh, that must have been Aquaman. Create excitement and anticipation in your movies. Another opportunity lost. Wonder Woman. What opportunities there? You had opportunities in Wonder Woman. Okay? You could have shown, just in the battlefield, you could have shown a castle in the background. Dr. Fate's Citadel. You could have had another character like Etrigan in the movie. You could have brought somebody in or showed somebody or give a little cameo. They did nothing. And it still could be about Wonder Woman, but you did nothing. You didn't even set up an Easter egg for the back of Wonder Woman. Maybe showing one of the Amazons talking to Cersei's, her nemesis. Or one of the Amazons being jealous of Wonder Woman and saying, I want to do something about it, and finding some potion or something and turning into Cheetah. An Amazon who turned into Cheetah, which explains how she can fight with Wonder Woman. Anything like that. I mean, I'm just a comic book guy. I'm a movie guy. I like stuff. And I'm thinking of ways that could have excited the crowd and got people going. And this is amazing. This is not common thought with DC. It's not. And then on top of that, you do Suicide Squad. Why? How do we go from Batman, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad? No, we don't even have our hero to fight. You want to talk about their villains? You want to talk about Captain Cold? Not Captain Cold, but Captain Boomerang, and show a Flash scene? No, we don't need a Suicide Squad movie. Did I enjoy it? Yes, but again, missed opportunities. In that Suicide Squad, could have shown Dr. Fate. You need somebody to fight against magic. Dr. Fate could have appeared. Could have had Etrigan come in as a demon to fight that guy. There's a lot of things you could have done. You could have brought content. You could have brought somebody else in, Zartana, okay, to help or something. Some kind of cameo, some kind of excitement. But you bring Suicide Squad in. It made no sense. The movie was all over the place. I liked it. It was enjoyable. I don't say I don't enjoy the movies, but I want to enjoy them more. I want them to be big successes. But who decided Suicide Squad? Who's running the ship? But no, we can't be like Marvel. We can't do it. No, you're not being like Marvel. You're just being smart, DC. Setting up your characters to all form together so people care. And the movies are done right. And make sure the storylines. Heck, DC... You know, at worst, DC, Warner Brothers, if you don't know what to do, just go get your animation guys, bring them over to the movie side and say, here, write us a story, because they know how to do stories on the animation side. Flashpoint, the Justice League War, Justice League Atlantis, okay? They seem to know what they're doing on all DC animation. Follow their lead if you're not sure. But get somebody over there. And now, look where we are. Now I might sound depressed and everything. I like DC. I still like their films. But there's so much more that should have been brought out of these films. So much more excitement, so much more storytelling, excitement that you could have done that Marvel seems to capture every time. Number 5, the last one. Movies outside of DCEU. Now here's another brilliant idea from DC. Oh, let's make movies outside of DCU. Let's make a Joker movie outside of DCU. Let's make a, who knows, what other movie they might make outside of DCU. Why? Who's asking, first of all, for a standalone Joker movie? And it's going to be outside of DCU. So people, again, not me, I get it. I understand Elseworlds and stuff like that. But once again, you're going to take the regular audience who are going to come to these movies and say, a Joker film, well, where's Batman? Where's okay, if Joker's doing this, where's Flash and all that? People are confused, and then they walk away upset. Because like, what is going on? Why is this happening? Well, where's, you're not gonna, and where's the other Joker if this is a Joker? Just dumb. If you're gonna do stuff like that, it doesn't make sense. You understand? You're talking to a bigger audience. It's not enough of me, guys like me, out there to make these movies 100,000 plus, 150 million, opening weekends. It's the general public with that. And Marvel has captured that. When the people see Marvel in front of it, they know what they're getting now. They know they're going to get some continuity. They're going to get a storyline. They know who these characters are. They care about them. They've seen them over the last 10 to 15 years. DC, they're not sure what they're going to get. Now, they're trying to correct it, but it's too late now. I mean, I thought Justice League was going in the right direction, but I think the brand is so destroyed now that we're going to probably have to see this whole universe rebooted. Now, they got Aquaman. It doesn't matter how good Aquaman is now. It doesn't matter if it's good or not, because they got to do something about the other characters now. I don't know if we're going to get Shazam. I don't know. And then, again, Suicide Squad with Black Adam. The new Suicide Squad. That's maybe the rumor. How does that make any sense? How does these basically humans, okay, Harley Quinn is a girl with a bat, a couple of acrobatic moves. Deadshot, yep, you can shoot through a keyhole. Great. What's that going to do against somebody who's bulletproof? Captain Boomerang, you didn't even show me anything special about him. He just throws one boomerang with a camera on it. Show me why the boomerangs work. Again, okay? Katana, girl with a sword, that's fine. Sword, trap souls. You're still humans, and you're going to have them going against Black Adam. That's real smart. Again. It's just that kind of thinking I don't understand. These are smart people over there. And I mean, I know so many people Robert Meyer Burnett, John Campea, John Schnepp, who wanted Justice League to be so good, was pulling for it and thought, hey, this is it. And again, it's just jumping all around, all over the place. Much better than it has been, but still not good enough for a Justice League movie. Not good enough. And it is very upsetting, to say the least. You know, I know that there are some people out there who believe that Marvel doesn't want DC to fail. This is bad news for them. I know John Campea speaks about this all the time, and I respect John's opinion, but I disagree. I'm going to give my opinion on this. I disagree with it altogether. Okay? GM is not rooting for Tesla to do well. They want Tesla to fold because they want more market share. Marvel is not, I don't believe Marvel's rooting for DC. Marvel has its brand. Marvel's proven itself. And if DC fails, it has no reflection on Marvel. I'm telling you, in my opinion, it has no reflection on them because people know what they're getting with Marvel. Marvel doesn't care about DC at all. They don't want them to do well. Believe me, if they want them to do well, they want to drop Punisher on the same weekend as Justice League came out. They want to drop Star Wars. Disney want to drop Star Wars Battlefront on the same weekend. Oh, that's the only weekend we could do it. No, they knew what they were doing. Okay, they wanted to hurt it, and I don't know how much it may have done some damage, but the main damage was just DC itself. So again, I just want to give you a couple of things up on my mind about the DCEU, how disappointing it is. I mean, again, people talk about this character right here, Steppenwolf, the CGI. You know, that's another thing too. Don't put out unfinished work. If you need more time to finish it, then wait, because you get first impressions matter. Steppenwolf, the villain, wasn't bad. I didn't mind the villain. I didn't mind his story arc. Thought they could have told a little more about it and finish it off with just a couple of post-credit scenes. Could really do a lot for you. But I didn't really have a problem with the villain, but it was more or less just the whole story itself. And I know they've been trying to course correct, but it's sort of like building on a bad foundation. You can, the top and the upper levels of that foundation will never be solid because it's built on shaky foundation, which you just can't escape from. So what does that mean? It may mean that the DCU may go away and reboot it in 3 years. And what does that really mean? It means you lose a great Wonder Woman, in my opinion. Gal Gadot will not be playing Wonder Woman. You lose a great Superman, Henry Cavill. Ben Affleck was already gone, and that's a shame, but I thought Batman could be played by multiple people and do a good job. But we lose a cyborg that we barely got to know, Ray Fisher. And we lose Ezra Miller, which I could do with this without him. You know, he's okay as a Flash, but I mean, they can get another person to play Flash, in my opinion. And you lose Aquaman. And that's, in Aquaman, again, I love Jason Momoa Aquaman, but not going to break my heart. I mean, Jason Momoa, quite frankly, you bring him back to play Lobo in some future movie. He was meant to play Lobo. Look at Jason Momoa, look at Lobo. That's who you should play. Aquaman, he did a good job on, but you can get somebody else to play Aquaman and it'll be fine. But losing Wonder Woman, you know, losing Superman, those characters, having somebody recast them, that's going to be a blow. And then you got to come back and try to tell this story again. And hopefully do a better job. Hopefully they start off, because anybody who watch comic books, like me and you, hopefully, watch shows, you know one thing about the Justice League. Batman is going to be the last one to join. He's not going to be the one to put the league together. You want somebody to put the league together? First of all, put Martian Manhunter in there. Let him just get everybody together. He's the one warning us about the threat of outer space. Cyborg, keep him for your Teen Titan movies, but that needn't be neither here or there. If you want Cyborg in there as a league member, that's fine. I get it. I don't have a problem with that. But he's the one to put the team together. He has the technology to find everybody. Batman's not the one to put the team together. Batman's a loner by design, and he helps out when he can. So right there from the beginning, it was just off to a bad start. But they just rushed it, and I blame the top of Warner Brothers. I blame the directors as well, and they all are responsible for this. So again, 96 million opening weekend is nothing to, to turn your back to. It's good money, but not what Justice League. Justice League got to do 180, 160, 170. That's what Justice League means, and it didn't hit there. And I'm probably going to see close to a 60%, maybe 70% drop next weekend. It may only make 35 million, But that's my rant about the DCEU and why it's on life support and may be dying soon. Please leave your comments in the comments section below. Tell me your thoughts, your theories. Don't forget to check out my channel. I'll be putting more videos up as now I'm back in town doing this again. So I hope you're staying with me. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time.